Okay, you should be finished or almost finished with the brainstorming. You need your notebook. With the brainstorming part of our writing assignment. So now you're ready to start your rough draft. Well, remember, how many sentences does a paragraph have? Victoria? 5 to 3. Not 5 to 3. Cullen?
5 to 7.
5 to 7. So, you've already come up with each of your topics, the gift that you would give. Bless you. So you have 3 things to write paragraphs about. 1 gift, a 2nd gift, a 3rd gift. Please make sure you're paying attention. If you are not, your grade will show it because you will have no idea what to write. I'm not going to help you because you should have it written in your notebook. And then your grade will show that you don't have it done correctly. So, each paragraph should have 5 to 7 sentences. Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you what each of your sentences should be. So make sure you write this down. Sentence 1. Answers the question. What is one thing, only one, what is one thing you would give? You know that it's one thing that you're going to give to the world or each person in the world. So that your first sentence answers that question. If I could give the world one thing, comma, it would be blank. Or, if I could give each person on earth one thing, it would be blank. Sentence 2 is one reason you'd give it. Only one. There's your second sentence. You've already brainstormed these 3 things. Sentence 3 is the second reason. So only one thing, but it's the second reason you'd give it. Sentence 4 is the third reason you'd give it. Again, only one reason, but it's the third, so you should have one reason, another reason, and another reason. These are 3 separate sentences. They have periods, not commas. They may have commas within them, but you can't say one reason, comma, a second reason, comma, a third reason, because that would only be one sentence. That would mean you'd have 3 sentences. 3 sentences does not make a paragraph. Now, if you have If you have 4 or 5 reasons, here's where you would put it. You would put those 1 or 2 more sentences between sentence 4 and what we will call the last sentence. You do not have to come up with a 4th and a 5th reason, but if you did, you would fit it between sentence 4, which is the 3rd reason you'd give it, and the last sentence. Just like before, the last sentence, for the last sentence, say the gift you would give, again, but in a different way. So you're not rewriting your exact first sentence. You're saying what the first sentence says in different words. So, sentence Sentence 1 may say something like, if I could give each person in the world one thing, I would give them a coat. My last sentence would not be the exact same thing. It would be something like, everyone in the world needs a coat. Please do not do those examples. But do you see how I said two different things, but they both mean the same thing? If I could give the world one thing, it would be a coat. I would give it because blah, I would give it because blah, I would give it because blah, but make it a little more interesting. So you don't say I would give it because each time, because that's kind of boring to read, and then nobody's going to want to read it when it's hanging on the wall. But then my last sentence says, everyone in the world needs a coat. So it talks about the same thing, but it says it in different words. Do not repeat sentence 1 when you get to the end of the paragraph. Now remember, always put 2 to 3 finger spaces before sentence 1. So always put 2 to 3 finger spaces before sentence 1. Every paragraph goes to a new line. If you finish a paragraph here, if you finish a paragraph right here, like I have the last word I have is Christmas for some reason. There's the last word of my first paragraph. Some people are not looking, which means you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. Here is the last word of my paragraph. I'm not saying put 2 finger spaces here and then start writing. I'm saying go to the next line, put 2 to 3 finger spaces, and then say, if I could, da-da-da. Do not start a new paragraph on the same line that an old paragraph ends. Do not skip a line between paragraphs. Make sure that you have those finger spaces so that everybody who's reading can tell that it is a new paragraph. There are a lot of people, if you look out in the hall, you can see that they did not do this. If you did not do the indentions, or you can't tell that you indented, you lost 5 points. Do not make your indention tiny, because then we can't tell. Some people did like 1 finger space and then started right here and it looked like it was on the same space. Does everybody understand? When you get to the end of a paragraph, you write the last word of your paragraph, go to the next line, put 2 to 3 finger spaces, and then start your sentence 1. Now, I'm going to keep writing like this. And then my last paragraph ends right there. And now I'm going to start the new paragraph. I finished my paragraph there. I'm going to go to the next line, put 3 finger spaces, and then start again. And then I'm done. So do you see how it's very easy to tell where one paragraph starts and then a new one begins? That is what you should be doing. Okay, go ahead.
So